Hey everyone, it's Christine and welcome to my kitchen. And one of the things you may not know about me is I'm really passionate and into nutrition. And so during this time of year where a lot of people are getting that nasty cold that you get once a year or twice a year that kind of lingers on and on and on, I thought I'd share some of my tips on how I avoid getting sick, or if I do start feeling run down in any way, I know what to do to immediately kick it out of my system. And I do this by really boosting my immune system and keeping my immune system really strong. The problem is when most of us start feeling sick, then we start like supplementing vitamin C and really amping our immune system, but you really got to be more preventative. So these are the things that I really love, and these are the things that I do that keep me from getting sick, even after 3 months of travel and being on over 35 planes and only being home 19 days and different countries and time zones and being around tons of people and never getting sick once. So these products that I'm going to mention, none of them, I'm not endorsing any of them. These are just things that I personally love, and I'll be sure to list the names of all of them in the blog so that you can find them if it resonates with you. So first I want to talk about just like daily things you can do to just keep your immune system up. So obviously food is the source of most of our nutrients, and you want to make sure that you're eating a diet rich in lots of vitamins, especially vitamin C, not just drinking orange juice. In fact, there's actually not a lot of vitamin C in orange juice. Grapefruits are a better source. Even a lot of the green leafy vegetables have high sources of vitamin C and iron. But I also supplement with actual vitamin C powder. I take about 5,000 milligrams, and you can follow the directions when you buy vitamin C powder. Now, I don't use that emergency powder stuff because quite frankly, it has like a lot of sugar in it, and the concentrated stuff to me is just much better. The thing is, it doesn't taste as good, so I tend to mix it in my green drink or my green smoothie of some kind. So you definitely want to be supplementing your vitamin C. The second thing is lots and lots of greens, vegetables, and also green juices. Now, if you live in a place where you can get fresh juice, like a juicery, green juices, that's the best thing to do. Amp it up with ginger and lemon. If you don't live in a place where you can get fresh juices, you can either buy a juicer yourself, or you can buy green juice, like I really love the brand Evolution, and notice that it's just the essential greens. Those green smoothies and things like that, they're usually packed with sugar, like lots of bananas or like soy protein powder or something like that. You really just want straight up greens. Like if you read the label, it's just vegetables. And so I like to take my Vitamix. Vitamixes are awesome. If you don't have one, definitely look into getting one. Best investment I ever made. A blender works as well, but I like to mix like half a bottle of my green juice, water, my vitamin C powder, maybe a little more green powder. My favorite green powder is a Vitamineral green. It's awesome. Just a tablespoon of this a day. Tons and tons of nutrients in it. Sometimes I'll throw in a little avocado to make it a little creamier, and use some kind of vegan raw protein powder to make it taste a little better. The thing is, I don't mix fruit and vegetables because it actually ferments in your stomach. So a healthy immune system, a lot of that comes from our guts. You want to keep a healthy gut and not mix your fruits and vegetables together. So those are the things that you really want to keep in mind. Lots of vitamin C, lots and lots of greens. The other thing is gargling with fresh sea salt. Not table salt, but sea salt. I like Himalayan crystal salt. That I think is the best kind. And you gargle with warm sea salt every morning. And what that does, not just when you're feeling sick, not just when you have a sore throat. If you do it on a daily basis, what it's doing is it's warding off the bacteria in your throat. And if you think about it, really, you get sick because you inhale things, right? So gargling with sea salt also boosts your defenses against getting sick. So those are the preventative things. Now, what happens when you start to feel a little run down? First thing, amp up your vitamin C and amp up your greens. And if you get a green drink, mix a lot of lemon and ginger in it. Like for me, I go through like a huge ginger thing like this, like once a week. So if you have a Vitamix or you're making some kind of green blended drink, throw a lot of ginger in. If you're getting fresh juices, ask them to add a lot of ginger and lemon. That will help you fight off the cold. Then you want to supplement with something called I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. It's a tincture. You can get it at Whole Foods or any health food store. Follow the directions. I like the tincture the best because it's the most concentrated. This and also Wellness Formula and green juice, that's like my trifecta for really warding off when I feel sick. If I do that and tons of water and gargling with sea salt, even if I feel sick, it only lasts for a day and then it's gone. But again, I've really supplemented my immune system throughout the year so that my body's more equipped to fight. And you can too, it just takes a little investment. Now, if you are feeling stuffed up, if you get that cold, you know, kind of the blowing of the nose over and over and over can aggravate it. And instead of taking a lot of over-the-counter decongestants and things, what I really recommend is a neti pot or a sinus rinse. Don't worry, I will not demo this for you. But you can buy a sinus rinse at any like drugstore, CVS, Walgreens, Duane Reade, wherever you are. Just look for something called a sinus rinse. It comes with these little salt packets. You just pour the salt in, fill it in with some hot water, and do a little rinse. It's really, really easy, and it will naturally help your body clear and cleanse. See, the thing is, the body has everything it needs to defend. You know, I'm not a believer in flu shots. I'm not a believer in, you know, a ton of antibiotics and over-the-counter drugs, because it sort of slows down our body's natural ability to fight. Now, everybody has their own personal opinions of that, and I'm not pushing mine on yours, but I do want you to consider that there are things you can do to really invest in your own overall health. So try these tips on. Know that as you're approaching kind of cold season, that by drinking lots of water, upping your vitamin C, increasing your green intake and starting each day with a fresh glass of warm lemon water so your body has a chance to kind of just cleanse everything out before you have coffee, tea, or food, are just great daily practices so that you get sick less often, and when you do, it doesn't last as long. If you have any questions about anything I shared, please feel free to comment below. I'll get back to you with as much information as I possibly can. And I'm just wishing you lots of health and well-being for what's been called the cold and flu season, but it doesn't have to be for you. Much light and many blessings. I'll see you next week.